Thank you, Eric, and good morning. So, nearly 12 years ago, as the then EMA Board's Executive Committee and its staff looked at the future and looked at the needs of our industry and opportunities for our trade association to maintain its relevance, Amazon's Matt Hill asked, what about helping us develop our leaders of tomorrow? We all stopped talking and generating other ideas, and we all gathered around this single thought. Based on the fact that we're a specialized industry, we have specialized human resource needs. And what's more important than the human resources within our industry? And what better group to support grooming the future industry leaders than existing industry leaders? In this case, those who are members of our trade association. Our Leadership Development Foundation was formed at the end of 2018, and our team spent the last year and a half developing its vision, its mission, and its objectives, identifying all the possible activities the foundation could engage in and support, and then acknowledging limited resources, honing them down and prioritizing them. With the guidance of a very active steering committee, Eric Hansen's taken on management of the foundation, and together they built its first deliverable, today's summit. While the core focus of the OTT.X Leadership Development Foundation is on developing tomorrow's leaders, we can't be blind to the urgent needs today to not only offer an inclusive program, but the need to drive diversity in our industry's leadership. Not only because it's good for our industry and our member companies, and yes, it is good for our industry and our member companies, but also because it's the right thing to do to tear down the barriers and actively invite and encourage, not just accept, diversity. But today's summit is only an introductory session and isn't intended to cover everything. The focus today is on general leadership, and all of the programming is being presented by current or former execs from within our industry. The program offers a great mix of presentations and interactivity, and it'll culminate in a fun networking happy hour. Before I conclude my remarks, I want to remind everybody what we do. We get entertainment to the consumer. Yes, the technology is just moving bits and bytes, but we're in the movie and TV content business. It's a business about storytelling. There's a lot that can be learned about leadership from right within our catalog. You probably first think about movies like Patton, 12 O'Clock High, 12 Angry Men, or maybe even for How Not to Lead, The Office or The Devil Wears Prada. But when I think about leadership in a movie, I go to the unexpected, delightful movie, Babe. Just because this movie is splendid G-rated entertainment for the whole family doesn't make it any less valuable as a tutorial in leadership, despite the fact that herding sheep is as horrible a metaphor for leading people as you can imagine. Babe takes place on Farmer Hoggett's sheep farm in Australia. Babe, the star of the movie, is a pig with a vision, a soul, and a voice. Babe aspires not only to escape the roasting pan and dinner table of Christmas, but also to assume the mantle of a sheepdog, first among equals on any sheep farm. As a pig, Babe lacks a certain way with sheep. Unlike sheepdogs who intimidate sheep by running and snarling, Babe can only waddle and snort. The sheep, not so dumb as they look, just stand there and laugh when Babe tries to order them around by growling. Meanwhile, the sheepdog's huff never sent a pig to do a dog's work. Babe perseveres. The runt of his litter, he's determined to rise to the top. If he lacks a bark and a credible growl, at least he has humility, a self-deprecating sense of humor, and a certain respect for the sheep. Moreover, he intuitively knows or gradually learns a few important things about leadership communication. Above all, he senses that the dignity and self-respect of the sheep are very much worth preserving. Babe comes to understand that leadership and communication in the service of leadership ultimately has a lot to do with behavior, and that for a leader, both the purpose and the means of communication come down to behavior. He realizes that leadership is not so much a matter of asserting one's own will as it is engaging the common will of others. And he understands that respectful communication is the lifeblood of that process. It's very nearly the art of leadership itself. It's who we are and what we do. It's the respect and honor we pay others by deed as well as by word. Finally, Babe learns that the role of a leader is all about inspiring and directing the discretionary, principled efforts of followers. Babe knows that as a leader, he must first demonstrate his own commitment before enlisting the commitment of others. For anyone aspiring or carrying out the work of leadership, Babe offers big lessons on dignity, respect, and communication. If you haven't seen it, watch it. If you have, watch it again. Let me again thank Eric Hansen and the members of the steering committee and of the Summit Work Group for all the hard and smart work developing and delivering today's summit. I hope that you all find today to be one of the most valuable days as you prepare for your careers ahead. Have a great summit.